This is my second recording of the day. I'm now becoming a serious content creator. But for this part, for this video, I want to speak about my breakthrough in regard to the brand and in regard to the processes that has to take place or the steps that I have to take before the launch and before we are in the public scene, or as a manner, or as a way of introduction to the public. So, ideally, in the previous, before yesterday, before I got this idea yesterday, I got this idea yesterday, and I got this idea while reading the book on the book by Greg Hoffman, the marketing executive from Nike, and he was explaining about the events that they did in Shanghai. They went from Shanghai and went to the US, and then from the US they went to Manila, and then from Manila I think they went back to China where they started from, and it is in the manner of the events that they held that I want to replicate in Nairobi with the launch of the brand. What they did was come up with something that was newsworthy to me, in my own interpretation, that was newsworthy, that was shareable online, that could get people to talk. So if you want to launch something, you want to provide the public with something to talk about. You want to provide a spectacle, so to speak. So what happened yesterday is that I got an idea on the right kind of spectacle to hold to be able to speak the myriads of messages that I want to send at the same time. So we have one capsule that encapsulates all the things that we want to cover, how we want to express or display as a brand during our launch. The fact that we are an activist brand, the fact that we are one with the struggle of the Kenyans to liberate the nation, that we are one with Gen Z, and that we are one with the movement. And so it's beautiful that I think I've mentioned this before, that what God does, it gives me a very big problem, and then if it gives me 10 ways to divide that problem, and then in all those 10 ways that is given me, in each and every one of those 10, it gives me another way of dividing that one into another 10. So in terms of the process of launching this brand, in the beginning, it was how do you get this thing out there? There were so many things, like 16 steps, a lot of steps that I need to take to be able to get to where I am. I was able to reduce this process and these steps to just get the company registered, and I'm able to do anything else I want. Why? Because once I get the company registered, then I've secured the name, and once I've secured the name, then it's okay to even release my brand story. Uh, and so that was the issue. And now, instead of having this kind of launch uh, happening only online, we are going to have this launch happening both online and offline. We are going to have this launch happening and this campaign, this idea is tied, it's not tied to me introducing Gibson to the public. That's the first step. It's involved in the idea covers the second campaign, which is the bracelet campaign. How we introduce them, because this is bracelet campaign is the first time that the public will be giving us money. So we want to make it genuine, we want to make it worthwhile, we want to make it possible for people to want to give you small money. It's only 300 shillings, but it will help us with establishing our distribution networks, and it will help us with also solving all manner of problems that might come up when we start selling our clothes. So the idea is, if possible, have this launch of the bracelet idea. Now it has complicated things a little bit, because now perhaps as we do the bracelet campaign, we do need, on top of having registered the company, we perhaps do need to have the website online, so that we can have a two-pronged approach. We can have a two-pronged approach. We can have something happening on the physical front, and can have something happening on the virtual front. So that is covered. I am glad that I got that idea in regard to a physical event, because it makes things much, much, much easier for me in regard to getting everybody to know that word, that is the name of my brand, and to be familiar with the logo, and to be familiar with the purchase process. I think that's important as well. I didn't think of that. How can I make the purchase process of the bracelet the same as the purchase process of my clothing brand? I need to make it almost similar, so that whatever I can learn when I'm doing the bracelet distribution, I can be able to replicate that with my clothes, the clothes that I'll be branding. Yeah, so we have everything that we need in regard to getting this thing off the ground. I am really, really, really excited about this physical thing that we are going to do. I think I learned what we are going to do from my boss, Boniface Wongi. He's a master at spectacle, creating spectacle, and I think now learning from also Nike, and how they are good at creating spectacles for selling their brands. I think I have attained the required learning and the required mastery of creating a spectacle. So I think one of our branding, one of our branding pillars will be those events like the Nike has, but in our case, will be physical events that are spectacles. So we do not only sell clothing, we sell spectacles that brings Kenyans together, and that gets Kenyans speaking in one voice and speaking on one issue, and coming up with the right answers out of it. I'm excited about all this. I am super, super, super excited. Yes, I'm tired. I've only slept 2 hours, I think 3 hours, but still, I'm excited with this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you.